Anyway, it's 20 minutes after 3, we have a quorum, and so I would call the meeting to order. The agenda has been circulated, it's in front of you, I entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second? Any discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Approved unanimously. The minutes of August 20 have been circulated, are there any changes, corrections, and if not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There's no correspondence that is for us to consider at this point in time, and we have no guests today. The first item are the fund requisitions with respect to items.
I just see one error.
On what?
Ms. Williams gave on the
Minutes?
minutes. Actually, I gave the update on the Novedere playing fields.
I also did, because it was my project.
Okay, so we just have the minutes.
Put both of our
So
names.
both of us did.
Both have the minutes.
Whatever.
Like they both gave an update on that. Okay, thank you. There are only 4 in-fund requisitions for this month. Items A, B, C, and D. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That carries unanimously. Next, there's no old business. The next item is the new business, which is fiscal year 21 applications received spreadsheet. As you see, we received 15 applications with an amount over $4 million. It is likely that we will once again have about $2.2 to $2.3 million, from which we have to deduct the 3 items that are previously committed.
Even with the supplemental?
Well, the thing is that when you read the supplemental, the supplemental is with respect to the way that it works is the funding that we get this year is with respect to the funding that we allocated last year.
Yeah.
So whatever the amount is what we allocated last year. And so it means that we under or over allocated last year. If we under allocated, then we have to take some out of undesignated reserves. If the over allocated, it goes into undesignated reserves and it's available for us moving forward. Okay. Right now we have nothing in undesignated reserves moving forward.
We have a little bit in one of them.
Well, we have
Nothing in open space anymore.
No, we will double check that, but we don't have a lot of reserves out there at this point in time. The point is that as we move forward, I think that when we take a look at what we're going to allocate or estimate that we're going to get next year for this year, we need to be careful because of the fact that the implementation of the increased fees doesn't start till the end of the year. So you don't have a full year with respect to it. So you're going to have some increase, but my guess is it's not going to be a major chunk. Okay.
We'll just throw it into undesignated reserves then, whatever it is.
Well, whatever we don't allocate goes into undesignated reserves, and we would have it for a future year.
Yeah. And then we'll be up, hopefully, because they bumped everybody up.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So the idea now is that what was really encouraging about what they did was they in fact changed the source of the funding in terms of increasing the fees paid at the registry. So, and because those fees hadn't been changed for many years.
Yeah.
So what now is that it's now in place that there is a source of funding to increase a larger amount of money to go into the fund for the CPC moving forward. It's still at the point in time where because of all the other communities waking up, the state will need to allocate additional funds into it in order to be able to have
Keep it going.
Yeah. Moving forward. But at least they've taken their first step to the recognition of how important this is to the various communities that have put it in place. So, with respect to the as we just discussed, it looks as if one organization should be recategorized, and that's the Dreamland, probably from historic preservation to open space. But other than that,
Open space, yeah, that's not historic residence. That's not historic at all.
No.
Yeah, it's number 8 on the thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you go into the open space recreation,
Yeah.
the others seem to be in the appropriate categories.
Yep.
I just have one question. So the Affordable Housing Trust, is this the 800,000 that we voted on previously that's
This
going
is
to
a
be
new
in there
request.
every single year?
Brand
This
new
is
request.
additional?
This is probably probably
Yeah.
a number that's gonna be each year around that number, as long as we're addressing the affordable housing thing, because it represents the request for Housing Nantucket, it represents the request for, Habitat. Those are all incorporated in the requests that come through, the Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
It was my understanding they weren't gonna come back this year after getting what they
I
got.
agree.
That's
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah. And I was on it, and it was my understanding that they weren't
I
coming
was
back
surprised to
this
see
year.
it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
So-
surprised,
Okay.
really surprised.
Now, is that why we don't have anything from Habitat and,
Yes,
Yes.
they were told not to come, go to them.
What has been agreed to by the board of selectmen is that the applications for Habitat and Housing Nantucket will be coordinated through the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. The Affordable Housing Trust Fund will be making the application to cover those requests.
So it looks like we only have 2 new people.
You know, the-
Dreamland and the
What will happen?
assessor's office is taking
If
over
Linda
for the town
Warren-
clerk and doing their records, their
She
microfilm.
died.
Right.
I've had
Those
extensive
are the two-
conversations.
Those are the two.
New ones.
The new ones, yeah.
And some of them have asked for less this year, and some of them have asked for more. But they'll-
Does Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, is
I don't know,
that-
what is
No,
that?
Mr. Rogers'
She
neighborhood,
has
there
no
is an
family.
area behind the Dreamland.
Oh, the patio.
There's a
The
patio.
patio.
And what they're doing is, the proposal is to make that into a park area, to raise it above ground, to address the issues with respect to the coastal sea rise and whatnot, and have that a play area for the children and stuff like that.
Well, good luck getting handicap accessibility, because every inch is another foot.
okay,
We're not gonna.
Interesting, I heard about this a couple weeks ago, interesting idea.
So anyway, so that's what that is.
Okay. Because it's just sort of sitting there. They
The other
park
thing that's
cars there.
interesting is here is that we have
I knew this was gonna be big.
three churches coming back this year.
Yeah.
That had been away for a while.
I knew it was gonna be more historic than it was gonna be anything else.
and am I right with the Dreamland? They're talking about the space right behind their building?
That big patio back there.
Yeah, okay,
On
that's what I
the
thought.
Easy Street
On
side.
the Easy Street side on the back.
Yes, okay, that's what I thought.
They spent a lot of money bricking it.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay. Cool.
so the next item is to take a look at the calendar, and Glenna, did we get any dates that were blocked out in terms of people unable to go to? Did you get enough input with respect to that?
I
or-
did get enough input. For the most part, everybody is available on every day that we discussed last meeting. So that
Was
was
it Tuesdays, Thursdays, and
Thursdays and Fridays. Linda has conflicts on.
I'm not here the 7th through the 11th, that one week,
Right,
but I can probably call in.
Okay.
and then your Thursdays, you said that you would be able to.
I can move her. I only have one more weekend with
Okay.
my lady before she goes back to San Francisco.
Jack did have a couple of absences or just
And I
a
did too.
small
I had a couple of Fridays.
time. But again, for the most part, the bulk of the committee can be here on those designated days.
Okay, then why don't, with that, why don't you start to get in touch with all of the organizations? Remember, the half an hour for anybody that's been here before, it's an
Right.
hour for a new person. So we have 2 new ones, so we have 13 half hours, so that's 6.5 hours, 7.5, 8.5 hours. So we have 8.5 hours of time to schedule.
And we only, the old guys, we only do a half an hour.
That's correct. That's what I
So the
said.
2 new ones are pretty easy.
So that cuts down the number of days.
So we give them an hour each.
Yeah,
That cuts down substantially.
It
That's
will.
it
only,
does.
Yeah,
yeah.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it in mornings, as we agreed. Glenna has been able to get the space at the Community Foundation, which is the space up by Sophie Tees. which is handicapped accessible and had parking.
Which one is
So,
it?
It's the old Nantucket, the old space that Nantucket Bank had, when you go up by Sophie D's. all the way on
It's to the
right-hand
right,
side,
right?
and to
Down at the
right.
bottom of the
The
hill.
other side of
No, it's on
Channel
top of the hill.
18.
It's on top.
No, it's at the bottom of the hill. Nantucket Bank was at the bottom of the hill.
What was that?
No.
The space,
The-
Linda,
the
trust
mortgage
me, it's
department.
on the top of the hill.
Oh, past Sophie T's.
Correct.
Before I go down, I take a right towards Marine Lumber, Marine Home Center.
No,
the
no,
other
no,
thing up there.
you gotta be in the parking lot by Sophie T's. You're
Yes,
coming in the parking lot, as you're going up the
Channel
hill,
18.
and you take a right,
Yeah.
Sophie T's is on the left. If you go straight ahead, you go into the.
The old bank area.
The old bank.
yeah, and Marine
Right.
Lumber is on the right, all the windows and doors and
That's
everything.
right, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
We buy screen doors and everything else over there. Not over
Harry's
across there anymore.
automobile place used
Yep.
to be
The
there.
Up
other
past it.
places there.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
Harry's.
Harry's, yeah. Okay, and do we wanna try to do, half hours, no more than 4, a day, so 4,
4.5. 5.
I'd like to do
like to just
9
get
to
him
12
in
so
easy.
we can get it over.
Get 'em
with.
over
okay,
with.
get them over with?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's schedule as many as we can.
Sure.
And are we gonna start, we were talking today about starting next week and the week after that, because then we can get them all done, and I don't have to worry about that first week.
We're hoping to get them done sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that it will give us
More
some
time.
time in order to work through our thoughts as to how many dollars are available.
Are we starting next week or no?
I
Not yet.
don't get all those
next
numbers
week.
from Brian until much later in
No
the.
idea what next week is.
Process. Okay, so the object of the exercise is to get as many as we can in and get it done as quickly as possible, as early as possible.
That's
That make
great.
sense?
And then we can get them over with by October 1st, at this
If we
rate,
can, that would be terrific.
or the end of that first week of October.
The deliberation sessions, did you wanna speak about that?
Well, the deliberation sessions, we would,
I'm not here from the
Let's-
7th through the 11th.
let's think about the deliberation sessions in the middle part of October, after Linda gets back.
Okay.
Take
Because
a
our
look
regular
at-
meeting is the 15th.
Yeah,
And as executive sessions as well.
yeah, what we're gonna do is the hearings are gonna be public sessions, and as in the past, the determinations are gonna be in executive session.
We can do that legally,
Yes.
and then the information gets disseminated the minute we file our warrant
Once we
article.
file our warrant article,
Yeah.
that's right, okay, because it will be public in terms of the determination that we made.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool,
Is everybody comfortable with that?
yeah.
All right, so let's look to try to set those meetings up and set, I want to have 2 dates for the deliberations, as we have in the past. Because I want the first date, as we do in the past, go through everything like that. And then the second date, when we get down to the hard numbers.
The
in terms of,
nitty-gritty.
Making the nitty-gritty choices.
I don't think you and I are gonna know the exact amount that early.
Well, no, but the point
Usually
is that-
November by the time we figure that
Yeah,
out.
the thing is that we will have a reasonably decent idea of how much money we sort of, there's gonna be some flexibility.
Yeah.
We're gonna make we're gonna have to make a call, and I'll work with Brian on that in terms of the call as to what he thinks, if he's comfortable with, based on his discussions with DOR, for us to allocate the money coming back to us from the state. Right, and then we use that number, and if we find out that we're really way out, because we still have until the latter part of November to be able to file the final version.
We can even amend our article way later than that.
We could, yeah, right.
Yeah, we
So,
try
yeah.
not to confuse anybody. We try not to open
do
it
that
at town
because of the
meeting.
fact
No,
that
no, I understand, but
Yeah.
if the numbers change,
If the numbers change dramatically.
Yeah.
So, but again, remember, the numbers that we're gonna get from the state this year don't really affect the money that we have available to allocate
For
for
next-
this year.
yeah.
I mean, they're just gonna affect what we could have available if they were, in fact, a lot more than what we allocated or spent last year.
Normally, the deadline's probably gonna be around November 19th, so we have to just sort of
For the-
keep that in our heads.
Yeah. for
Yeah,
the-
citizens
for the
warrant
pub-
articles.
for the warrant articles.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Is that, everybody comfortable with that?
Yep.
So Glenna will schedule those and get back to us on how they fit
Yeah,
in the calendar.
terrific.
has the 5 million been borrowed yet, or is,
No,
so the debt service may not?
The issue, we will have that as one of our articles in terms of, we allocated $75,000 a year for that. So that'll be a commitment that we make. But what Brian, and similar to what happened when we did the borrowing for the playing field.
And
I mean,
stations.
and stations, we put that money in until it was borrowed. And so that's why, for instance, on the 10-year bond for the playing field, we're probably gonna be able to pay that off in around 8 years. Because of the fact he didn't take the money out for a couple of years because they were able to do it with internal funds that the town had.
And Satcham's is another 8 years or so, 7
Yeah,
years.
Sessions
7 years
is less
maybe?
than,
Yeah,
Sessions is gonna be paid off less than the 10 years as well.
yeah.
Again, because of the fact of when the town actually had to take the borrowing. So. And I'll be working, I'll find out from,
Yeah, 'cause it's nice to know how
Brian,
much longer
to
we
know
got
how
on
much
those bonds.
With respect to that, yeah. But I was really surprised because we cut off at least 2 years of the time period because of the way that town was working before they took out the financing.
Cool.
Okay, CPC revenues we talked about. Is there any other business? I'm not aware of any.
Just, I'm, for some reason, I'm on Stewart's, or he has my email, so I get these
He has
whenever
them
these
all.
come out, so it's really kind of, might save Glenna some paperwork.
He has all of us.
So it's nice, and then I'll let you know when he wants to scutch the legislatures to, support the effort, so.
Motion to adjourn.
Before we do that, Mr. Chairman, could I just make a comment that playground on Old South Road is fantastic?
Packed every day.
I went to the grand opening, and I gotta say, from everything I see and the look on my grandchildren's faces, it's a home run.
Exactly. What's so special about it to me is that they preserved much of the natural landscape.
Yeah.
They kept the trees.
Yeah.
They put the stuff in amongst the trees and the landscape and made it like it was an outdoor playground as opposed to, cutting everything
Strip
down
lining.
and just, and I mean, they did a really, really good job.
The only thing they don't have enough of, and they're gonna have to deal with that.
Parking.
People are parking in the trees, they're parking on top of each other, they're parking anywhere they can find a space to park. They need to increase, it's so packed every day. I went by it today twice, and it's like, oh my
might
God,
be
there are
because
cars
it's
all the
so
way in the
new.
back.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe they haven't put up their fencing yet for
Wear off after a
split
while.
rail.
But they need to enlarge the, I knew when I looked at the plan that the parking was just gonna not be enough.
I'll ask her because she's got to come to me with her bills, so I'll ask her what the plan is. Oh, the only other positive thing is the homestead, we paid for the fencing. They paid for the painting. They got a really good deal, and it looks brand new. So that really looks nice.
Terrific.
So they're very good about maintaining that historic building as it
And
should
the
be.
fence they did over there at the Hadwin House a couple of years ago, stunning.
Yeah.
Replica, and they left some of the stuff there, but a lot of it was rotted, but it's beautifully done.
Yeah. But the thing is, what Tim and I were talking about this,
Yeah. Okay.
I was really, really upset 2 Sundays ago.
Say that again.
I said I was really upset 2 Sundays ago because the recognition that
Sorry.
wasn't there for our funding was monumental. The only place that it was is that there was that placard, the thing in front, and you had to look in the middle of it in white light. It was almost the printing was almost faded into the background, and it said it was funding from CPC.
Is this for the playground?
Yeah.
And
Okay, so I'll
said-
mention that
No, you
too.
don't have to. I've
Oh,
done it.
Okay.
I told Ladara, I said that you need to understand that your grant agreement needs to have recognition of our contribution. And I said, I expect you to have a separate plaque
Oh,
that
I
is
saw.
here on a permanent basis that recognizes the contribution of the Community Preservation Committee to this playground. And she apologized. And I've talked to Glenna. Glenna is gonna be going back and taking a look at all the other projects that we funded. And wherever there isn't recognition, they're gonna get a letter from us saying you need to live up to your obligation under the grant agreement to give recognition to the funding from the Community Preservation Committee for this.
That's good.
So,
Could I ask a question?
Yeah.
I was looking back last year at stuff. on the Nantucket Athenaeum, it says paintings.
Yep.
Is that restoration of the existing paintings or?
It's restoration of the existing paintings. The application this year is the last of the 4 years that they came to us about, and they spread them out over 4 years because we had limited funds at that point in time. So this is the last of the historic paintings that are to be restored.
Ah, that's wonderful.
Yep.
That's great. I just tried to check up on it, what I was doing.
But thanks, Tim. The thing is what the other thing too is that I was really surprised at is, as I mentioned before, the big equipment where the swings are, that equipment, the heavy-duty equipment, is warranted for 100 years. A lot of the other equipment is warranted for a minimum of 20 years. And the other thing is that the stuff, the ground cover, I don't remember what the warranty is, but in fact is relatively easy to repair and replace. And so the other thing that was interesting to me too is that at the very back they had the facilities for people that weren't handicapped to be able to use those as well. So you had handicapped accessible exercise stuff as well as non-handicapped accessible stuff.
It's so nice, Jackie. I don't know if you've had a chance, but,
I've been out there several times.
oh
yeah.
man,
It's really amazing.
And Valero's sheeps and goats are pretty good
Keeping the grass down.
and but when you walk up into the playground, his land comes over, so his sheep see you, say hi. Hi.
Oh, there you go.
Here I am, hi. So that's sort of nice.
I wish I could put that ground cover in my house, so if I fell down, I wouldn't get hurt. That's amazing.
That was my first question. I said, my God, with all of this stuff, all of the jungle gyms and everything like that, what's the exposure? And I said, no, it's warranted that it's been tested that a normal child can fall from up to 10 feet without breaking a bone.
Yeah, they showed us that when they were bringing it to the HDC. It was remarkable stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's really quite amazing, really
Yeah.
well thought out. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is significant because we had a kid fall off at the elementary school and he hurt his spleen so bad that they had to take it out. So that the old stuff that we were using is,
I hope they don't pave the parking for this
I
one.
don't think, I think when
Oh,
she
it
talked to me,
already
it was
is.
gonna be like a pea stone thing.
I think the issue is that we said it wasn't supposed to be paved, and the land bank doesn't want it paved.
Yeah, because of the drainage.
The drainage, yeah.
Yeah,
Almost
I thought it was
They wanted
paved.
to have a natural
Yeah.
flow, so
It is all paved, isn't it?
part of it, but
Part of it is, yeah.
just at the entrance.
I think the planning board made them do it at the entrance because that's their thing. But it just would be sad to have somebody fell out in the parking lot to hurt themselves.
Anyway, I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, a second.
All right.
All right, all in favor, thanks.
Aye.